Hello everyone, welcome back to Motkamel Financial Track. This lecture is going to be basically part 2 of creating and assigning privileges to users, and this is the part that is related to dealing with the user's info, as we can add new users or edit existing ones. We'll also learn how to give privileges to access the data of a certain branch or of the company as a whole, and that is going to be either at the user level or for a group of users. We will also learn how to monitor users' login to the system and the different administrations that we have inside the system, like general ledger, sales, and so on. And we will start with the screen user info. If you want to edit existing user info, first click on search. Select the user that you want to edit by clicking twice on it and then click on modify. To add new user, click on add. This automatically creates a new serial number for the user, so it's going to be considered the user's code and it will show up in the field user ID. So the user ID is the user's code, and it's basically a unique number that the system automatically gives for each new user that you're adding. Now we can go ahead and fill in the rest of the fields. Add the name and username. Enter the password and also confirm the password. As for privilege, this is where we can give this user certain privileges. When you click on the arrow, the drop-down menu will contain all of the privileges that we've created in the screen group privilege, and that is what we discussed in the previous lecture. It helps you add a group of privileges to the user by just selecting the group of privileges that you've already coded. Next, we have the field job title. Obviously, this is where you add the user's job title. And the variable stopped, if you activate this one, it will basically suspend this user and he will not be able to use the system. The variable linked to the medical system will allow this user to access the medical system. And on the right, you can add a photo for this user by just clicking on the icon and browsing your computer to select the right photo. And you can also delete the photo by clicking on this icon here. We'll move on to the screen after this, which is user maintenance, and it is used to link a group of users to a group of privileges, or you can view users that are already given a group of privileges in case you want to edit that or maybe give them a different group of privileges. You can view the users that are already given privileges by selecting distributed users. But if you want to view the users that aren't given any privileges yet, then select non-distributed users. All the users shows both basically, and you can click on search and the users will be listed in the table that we can see here. You can change the privileges or add new privileges by first clicking on modify, then select the group of privilege that you want from the field group privilege, and of course we will choose the group of privileges that we're about to assign to a certain user or users. Click on the arrow and the drop down menu will contain, like we said, the group privileges that we've coded before. Then we're going to select the branch from the drop down menu in branch number. We can give a group of privileges to a group of users by first selecting the group of privileges that we want from this field. Then we select the users by their codes in the fields from user ID to user ID. So after you're done, like you've selected the users that you want to give privilege to by entering their ID, and you've selected the group of privileges that you want, click on save and then exit. The screen we'll talk about next is user in the system. So this is where we can see the users who are currently logged in, which shows in green, and which systems are they currently using. Users who aren't using the system will be in red. So from the screen, the admin basically can see which systems are being used by which users, and if the user logged in but did not use any system. So that's basically everything that this screen does. The one that we have next is users authorization and branches, and this screen is used to give some to give some users access to certain branches, you will select the branch in branch number, and then select the users from the fields from user ID to user ID. Click on modify and then save. And if you would like to view the users and the branches that they have access to, then click on search, and the system will show you in this table here all of the branches and all of the users. And in that table, you can suspend the user's privilege to access a certain branch by activating the variable stop for that user. And that's it. So also don't forget to save before you exit. And that is the end of today's lecture. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and till next time.